There is a road. It's often high, and some people walk it. Some people take that high road, but Floyd Mayweather is one who has rarely took that road before, because we've seen him been in the media many a times for being talking shit back and forth to Ronda Rousey. But surprisingly, when asked about his opinion on her fight, he was genuinely a nice guy. Floyd Mayweather has actually shown some professionalism. It is amazing.
I think it's always a good thing to be able to take the high road.
Yes.
I think that that's really what people actually pay attention to. People can take, how easy is it to take a jab at someone, especially when your opponent is down farther than they've ever been before, But to take the high road in this sort of situation, I think makes people take pause and makes them look at him as more professional and a better athlete even.
And Jason, you were talking about this before, like, it's not just the fact that he was talking about, I mean, we can throw to what he said, but it's the fact is that he even offered his assistance.
I'm going to read for everybody here. So this was before the fight with Rousey. He said, just in boxing period, contact sports period, you win some, you lose some. I don't know about this fight. I just know that you win some and you lose some. It basically comes with the territory. After the fight, from FightHype.com, I want Ronda Rousey to hold her head up high, and I don't let this discourage you. If you need help us forward with boxing, I'm here to help. You know what? I've been waiting for the comeback of John Jones and other guys that John Jones faced before Cormier. I would love to sponsor those guys. I look forward to working with a lot of the MMA fighters. As far as teaching them boxing techniques, maybe that is a subtle sign that he is going to go towards training instead of fighting. It's a little small thing in contact sports that can take you to the next level. He continued to say, I mean, even with the things that Ronda Rousey said about me, sometimes we need to be guided in the right way. Do I think that she really meant what she said? Absolutely not. I think she did, but we'll get to that after. It's crazy to get where I got. I didn't have no sponsors. I mean, today, people are overnight sensations. I commend Dana White and the brothers for being able to take a female and make her so huge in a contact sport. And he finishes basically with, it's business, it's not personal, and I understand business. So, thank you. You're making the point, signing towards the money. It's a lot to take in, and it's a lot more than I've ever heard Floyd Mayweather say. And
Who knew he had all those words inside him?
It sounds, I think, from the PR aspect, somebody was there to help.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't sound like Floyd Mayweather.
But you know what? There's also no harm in celebrities, whether they be a actor, host, musician, athlete, to turn to people where that's their job and that's what they know for help and guidance. Because, at the end of the day, you can't do everything well all the time. You can't be aware of all the different things going on. So I actually respect people that take the time to look to someone else that may know that particular side of the business or part of the business a little bit better than them. Because I think it takes also some know-how to be able to just recognize that you need that help from somebody else.
And you said there that it well and truly could have been someone trying to guide Floyd in the right direction, but what guides Floyd more than controversy is money. Like, he's, the guy is loaded, and if he's going to continue to make money, especially if he comes away from boxing, he's going to have to get something to get his teeth into. And I think training MMA
and
sponsoring the UFC is a smart decision for him,
Really
because many people would kill for his expertise in the octagon.
So, and you think of the backing that goes into it. If Floyd or any major professional fighter who's won as much money or close to as much money as Floyd, that's going to help promotionally. And Dana White salivates.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely does.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
And it was actually surprising, because there was a story that came out that 50 Cent had been told by Floyd Mayweather to basically rag on Ronda Rousey and to release some sort of negative comments about her in the fight. It came out that was untrue, and that this wasn't the case when it came down to 50 Cent. And that's just someone playing on the fact that there was that big debate between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather and trying to utilize that to bring a negative light to Ronda Rousey. But it seems that in this one situation, Floyd Mayweather is in the clear from being a douchebag, which is surprising, because usually he takes that role fully well. But moving on to someone else who didn't take the high road, they well and truly took the low road, is Layla Ali, who was asked about her thoughts post-fight from Ronda Rousey, and she had this to say about what happened to Ronda in the ring.
Good morning, Miss Ali. How are you?
You are killing me.
Hey.
My house, I'm getting by today.
Yeah. Hey, Holly Holm, she shocked the world last
She
night.
didn't shock me.
So you weren't surprised?
Of course not. I know, I'm familiar with Holly Holm. She's a talented boxer. She's a world champion. She's got MMA background, and obviously was no chump. So I'm excited for her, and hopefully, she'll get the exposure she needs to take her career to the next level.
So Holly Holm's the better fighter in your eyes?
What do you mean?
She was the better fighter in the match.
I don't think I need to say that. I mean, it's obvious who the better fighter was.
What does Ronda Rousey need to work on?
Oh, where do I begin? But I mean, it's not even about her at this point. You know what I mean? It's just that I think she can watch the tape and see what she needs to work on. I don't
Like
think I
it
need
looks
to
like
say
it looked like a boxing match until the kick.
it wasn't a boxing match. Definitely
No?
not. No. Holly Holm did not fight last night like she used to fight in the ring. You can't go into an MMA fight and fight the same way that you would in a boxing match. Any smart fighter, any type of fighter, regardless of what it is, you gotta know what you're getting there to face, and you gotta prepare yourself for it mentally and physically.
So do you think that Ronda wasn't prepared mentally?
I don't even want to talk about her
Right,
because
right.
there's so many things that I could say. But I think at this point, you know what I mean? I think we need to understand that in order to be the best in the world, you definitely don't ever get beat up like that in your prime, period.
Well, thank you to TMZ Sports for that video over there. First of all, there's a point I want to make this is a little off base from this. It's like I'm getting sick and tired of people stating, not just in this sport, but in many different sports, that if you're not involved, if you're not in the ring, if you're not on the field and you haven't accomplished things, that you don't have an opinion. Sports is a world of opinions. You don't need to be decorated with a championship belt or to win the most trophies to have your opinion. It's what makes sports
Especially
the
when
reason
it
why
comes to
is.
something like sportsmanship.
Yeah.
That's something that really anybody can talk about. That's character more so than actual skill.
I think that quote there was exactly what I talked about on the recap about how many people online ragged the people that she fighted before after she lost. Oh, she never fought anyone serious. She 12 fights and none of them were real competitors. And like that's so easy to say when someone has lost. But when Ronda Rousey was on top, the whole world was saying that she was the best athlete, best female athlete we've ever seen, so dominant. And she has lost, so now we're going to have to see how she overcomes adversity and bounces back.
It's amazing how quickly people
It's
turn
exactly.
and change,
It
like on a
doesn't
dime,
disregard
right?
It doesn't disregard
She
what
lost one
she's
fight.
done. And actually some commentators said that she had refused the ability to fight Cyborg and go up and down weight classes. Like I'm just stating that she fought who had came to her in the weight class that she's in.
Right. She never ran
dominated
away.
that weight
She never
class.
ran away.
She dominated that weight class.
Absolutely.
And this defeat should not disregard what Ronda Rousey has done in the past for this sport. She made it what it is. That's the clear fact right there.
I think ultimately, you know, Ronda's used to just being able to go in the ring and be able to take the hits or the punches or the kicks or whatever from these people until she can get in close enough striking range where she can just do what she does best. And I think in this situation, she finally came up against an opponent that, you know, when she made contact, really makes contact. I mean, this girl's a big girl. I mean, she's bigger than Ronda, you know, and I think that she really definitely knows how to use her body weight to be able to make it most impactful. So I think that was something that Ronda was just not expecting and hasn't seen yet in the octagon.
Well, this is and she came out with an Instagram picture today that was merely words, but Ronda says that she is doing fine and she's going to come back. And obviously we're all waiting to see the rematch, which Dana White surely is going to set up. I mean, it's obvious it's going to happen. But with that, this is where it will be the true test of whether Ronda Rousey is a champion. I wouldn't come out with those words that Laila Ali has said at this point. I think that it's a little early to be stating that. She lost. Undoubtedly, she lost. But we're going to see, like, there's been many amazing fighters in all sports that have lost major fights, but that doesn't disregard whether or not they're champions or not. We've seen Manny Pacquiao be knocked down before, but that does not disregard the way he fights in the ring. He's still considered one of the greats. So it will be interesting to see how Ronda Rousey comes back.
She's definitely going to train. She's going to take it seriously. I think that, you know, any person who wins that many fights in a row can maybe start to get a little bit comfortable, and maybe that's what happened with Ronda. Obviously, she's gotten so much fame, too. She's been in movies and all these other things or whatever now, and I think now she realizes, you know, you can't ever take a day off because the second that you let your guard down, there's going to be somebody else there to snatch up your title.
No doubt. All right, well, we want to know what you guys think. Would you take the high road in this instance? And so rude of me, Lauren, I just assumed that the fans would
Talking
be so
about
happy.
the high road.
Yeah, the high road. I should have taken the higher road. Thank you so much for joining us, Lauren.
Thank
Mayhew
you.
is here to join us again. So make sure to check out all of our stuff in the description below. Where can we find you on Twitter?
Find me at LC Mayhew on Twitter or at Official Mayhew on Instagram.
Nice. And Jason Rubin?
At unofficial Jason Rubin on Instagram. And Jason Rubin.
Really?
everywhere
That's
on
awesome.
Twitter. No, it's I should change it.
That is awesome.
I knew it was coming. So a lot to talk about. Do you think this was coming from the heart from Floyd Mayweather? What do you think if he was to train Ronda Rousey? Would that be interesting? What do you think about Laila Ali's comments? Let us all know in the comment section below. Plenty more Ronda and Holly Holm stuff coming to you. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks a lot, Dan.